Hey, happy Sunday, guys. It's absolutely glorious if you get a chance to be outside. And if you can't, then you can at least love on the fact that it's a Sunday afternoon and there is a certain ambience to a Sunday afternoon, even if you have to work it. So I wanted to video a little bit about the concept I wrote this morning. I used some pretty big words. I used diminish. And for those of you who are musicians, you understand that to diminish a sound, it's almost a different qualification. Certainly going to give a different feel. And in terms of how we apply diminish, we tend not to use it in relationship to a person. We wouldn't use, I've asked the question, how much do you diminish to let somebody shine? I wanted to talk that out because disclaimer time, please do not read that as a purportment or a sense of qualifying that somebody should make themselves less than all that they are in order to facilitate somebody else all the time. It is not a blanket statement for a life lived. It's moments. And I think we've all had circumstances where we've noticed somebody else let something go so I could do it well. Somebody else held back from the big note so I could sing it. It was my moment. And when we can learn to not always take the big note, not always take the glossy coin, not always create the biggest sound or the most marvelous artwork, whatever it is. And sometimes we can remove ourselves from that shiny space, the place where people see first, because there's a lot of sparkle in shine. There's a lot of reflection in a shiny space, particularly if it's been a well-maintained shine. Things also slip off shiny spaces. So that's another point in itself. Diminishing, I meant purely in the terms of connecting up with a sense of humility, a sense of walking alongside one another. And I think as carers or parents, maybe in your sisterhood at times, or brotherhood to somebody, your co-working arrangements, you may find somebody works so differently to you that we really wish they would do it the way we want to do it. But we recognize that for them to get to the best outcome for them, for this project to shine, or for them personally to shine, because maybe our job is to facilitate outcomes for them, we need to step back. We need to diminish our own sense of possibly importance, or our own sense of this is how it should be done. Please do it my way. I want it done my way. And I fall into this. With 4 children and a darling husband and just my own stuff to manage, I'm like, come on, I'm particularly guilty on the road when people don't drive the way I think they should drive. But I even find myself needing to relax, humble myself, diminish, sit behind this person at 80. I know you'd like to be doing 105 right now. Sit behind them at 80 because there's enough going on in that right-hand lane. Just let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. So applications for this, so varied, but I wanted to massively confirm. I wanted to make sure everybody understood. I was not asking or in any way suggesting that to diminish oneself would be a sense of depravement. All right. There are senses within relationship and particularly within a space of worship where we need to actually bring ourselves down a level. But that was not what I was necessarily talking about in this. And I loved Claire's comment where there is also a fantastic capacity when 2 people, and possibly more, but it is generally 2, who are in a very trusting place with one another. And anyone in a band, in a concert band, in a performance band, anyone in any sense of performance in dance, maybe anyone who's in project management who works with partners or a group or a team, and that is a successful place, you would understand that when you're shining in your gifts and that other person sees that, they're like, you bring me up. You bring me up. And I think that's what Claire was getting at. And it is a fine line. And I believe Claire would have a really great grasp on that. So thank you, Claire, for your input. And if anyone else has commented and I've not seen it yet and this message goes up, apologies for not seeing it before the message goes up. But I do believe that this Sunday, we're at the end of Feb, guys. A few more days left. And I'm trusting that your March is a clear place for you. You've got clear, defined ways and places you want to go and be. And if you haven't, start thinking. Start considering, what can March be for me? Does it need to look the same as Feb? Because there are seasons where months need to be consistently the same. We grow in that place. I just love you all. I'm so grateful for you all. And when I look down and I see views and things, I'm blessed, because out of my heart is a desire to build you guys, empower you. And if you can find a place to maybe change an area of your life you've been attempting to change, wanting to change, desiring, dreaming of changing, I know I need people to support me and encourage me. And some days are harder than others. So I don't expect you to watch every vid. I don't expect you to like every post, because that would be sort of weird if you all liked the same post. I think I'd be doing something wrong if you all just liked everything. But if you do like some stuff, or you do think there is merit in what I'm saying, if you're bold enough, hey, share it on your page and see what happens. I'm always keen to connect with people who don't actually know me. And I'm really happy to have conversations about life and see where people are at. So, but God bless you all. I can't say enough how grateful I am for each one of you. Bye.